Hey guys, Naz here with another video. In this video, I'll be going over how to play Dragoon in PvP. As of patch 6.1, all jobs got a complete revamp, so let's go over our new kits. Our basic combo consists of Radiant Thrust, Fang and Claw, and Wheeling Thrust. These are mostly here as filler until your cooldowns are back up. If you use High Jump, then it'll change the next attack in sequence to Heaven's Thrust. Heaven's Thrust is our second strongest GCD. By itself, High Jump does 5000 potency and moves us to the target. This is great when someone tries to run away from you, so you could stick on them. Chaotic Spring does 8000 potency and heals us for 100% of the damage we deal, so it's best used when we're missing 8000 or more HP to get the full value out of this GCD. Gyroscope is an off GCD that does 4000 potency in a line AoE. It also grants us Life of the Dragon buff. Life of the Dragon lets us do 25% more damage, but we also take 25% more damage for the next 10 seconds, so be careful when using this ability. Speaking of Life of the Dragon, it lets us use Naztalgic, which is also a line AoE that starts off at 4000 potency, but it can be increased to 8000 if the enemy has 50% or less HP. Life of the Dragon is consumed upon using this, so here's where skill expression comes into play. Either use this right before the buff's about to fall off for maximum damage output, or use it early to remove the penalty when the enemies try to burst you down. Horde Roar is an off GCD that does 2000 potency in an AoE around us. While the damage may seem low, anyone hit by this ability will now do 50% less damage to us for the next 10 seconds. This is our strongest defensive tool in staying alive and helps us counteract the downside of Life of the Dragon. You should try and pair these together as much as you can. Elusive Jump also helps our survivability by moving us back 15 yams and removing any bind or heavy on us. On top of that, we get increased movement speed so we could get to safety. It also grants us First Mind Focus. This buff is needed to use Whirlwind Thrust. This does 4000 to 16,000 potency the further away you are from your opponent. The range caps out at 15 yams, which perfectly synergizes with Elusive Jump, so try and use these together. Lastly, let's go over our brand new Limit Break. Sky High is the first part of our Limit Break. It removes heavy, bind, or half asleep and makes us untargetable for 5 seconds. We can move around during this 5 seconds to better position ourselves to land our opponents. Upon landing, Sky Shatter will do 20,000 damage and an additional 10,000 if the enemy's within 5 yams of the landing spot. If that wasn't powerful enough, we get a 25% shield of our maximum HP. Dragoon has one of the best bursts in the game. Here's a fun little combo I've been using to decimate my opponents. Elusive Jump, Gyroscope, Whirlwind Thrust, High Jump, Heaven's Thrust, Horde Roar, Chaotic Spring, Fang and Claw, and Naztalgic. Before I forget, let's go over our common actions. Standard Elixir fully heals your HP and MP, but it does take 4.5 seconds to use, so when using this you want to be behind cover, otherwise if you get hit the cast will interrupt you and you will have to start all over again. Recuperate is our only use of our MP resource. It heals us for 15,000 HP on a 1 second cooldown. Try to only use this when you'll get the full value, as MP recovery is rather slow. Every 3 seconds you get back 500 MP, so it'll take 15 seconds to get another usage, which is a long time on the battlefield. Purify gets rid of debuffs and gives us immunity to those debuffs for 5 seconds so we don't get chain status. Guard reduces the damage we take by 90% and grants us numerous status immunities for 5 seconds. Well, there has to be a drawback, right? There is. You get a 50% movement speed penalty when activating this. It's best to use this when someone is trying to kill you and you couldn't escape otherwise, to get the full value out of this and act as a pseudo cancel to the penalty. Lastly, we have Sprint. This increases your movement speed so you could catch up to your foes or run away to safety. If this video brought you value, please leave a like and consider subscribing, as I plan on making more guides for other jobs I enjoy in PvP. Until the next video, I'll see ya!